Let me fix you. Hey guys, we fixed it. Whoops. Hold on just a second here.
We might just have to be a little wonky today. There's much better. Oh my goodness, it has been a month, let me tell you. You know the old adage, use it or lose it? Well, I haven't done a video since July. So everything was messed up. That'll be good enough.
That's gonna be have to be
That's
good.
going to be good enough for today. Hi, Charlene. Good morning. Oh my goodness. What a month. It has just been busy, busy, busy around here, let me tell you. And I don't see it slowing down. Okay, now let me turn my light back on.
No, I turned it off.
Oh, you turned it off. Okay. I think I have enough sunlight coming through the window. Move this back a little bit so that I don't have my, there we go, my belly showing. All right. So good morning, good morning, good morning. My name is Sue Sanders, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri. Like I said, I have not done a video since July, which means I have 2 cards to give away from the 24th. And these are the cards that we made. And these are going out to Karen Bond. So Karen, you are the winner for that night's cards. So I will have these for you. All right. That's taken care of. Looky, looky, here's the brand new mini catalog that comes out in September. If you have ordered from me as your demonstrator this year in the last 6 months, then you automatically will get one of these from Stampin' Up! Because I had you on my mailing list. So I can't show you inside the catalog, but I can show you new product that is either in the catalog or it will be online exclusives starting in September. Okay, so this is a pack of paper. It's foils, and there is 2 different colored sheets, or 3 different colored sheets with 2 different patterns. You got your catalog on Monday? Fun. So you've got like a checkered, I don't know if you can
You
really
can't see
that.
it with the silver. But
Yeah, but you can see it with the darker color, with the pink. I'll have to look and see what color pink that is. But it's really pretty silver or foil type papers. And so this is in, let's turn it around so I can read it. It's called the Flower Garden Foils. It has Cloud Cover, Pretty in Pink, and Strawberry Slush. So Cloud Cover, Pretty in Pink, and Strawberry Slush. So that's going to be an online paper pack in September. Gotta pull my cart back over here. Okay, now I have some new paper that goes with a suite of products, and we're going to be using some of this today. This is the Elegant Pine Snowflakes paper, and it has Cherry Cobbler, Garden Green, Old Olive, Pretty Peacock, Secret Sea, and Shaded Spruce are the coordinating colors with this. And they are double-sided, and you get 2 sheets of each page. So here is side A and side B. Here's side A. It's got snowflakes on them. And then this has the holly and the pine boughs. Dorothy always laughs at that word. This has some smaller snowflakes in the shaded spruce. And then this has the shaded spruce and the old olive and the pretty peacock. I love this background. I can't wait to work with it. And then this is another side of it. And we have this side with this, and we're going to be using this paper today to make one of our cards. The dies that go with this does fit to cut these snowflakes out. So that's what I kind of did. I used a corner snowflake because I didn't want to chop my paper up. But I've used a corner snowflake up here. I think it was this side over here. And we're going to use that on a card today. And then we have, this is the garden green. And then again, we have the old olive and shaded spruce and the pretty peacock on here. So that is one set of new papers that we're going to be having available for us in the mini catalog. I'm going to let you set that over there, Dorothy, because I don't want it to fall off. Okay, here I'm going to show you another pack of paper, and we're going to make a card using this pack. So this is called the Lights of Aurora. Beautiful paper. It's 6 by 6. You get 48 sheets. So you have that side and then a darker side. Oops, I already got that. I was doing it. I had 2 sheets of each. Here's this side here, and then a light blue. We're going to use this piece here today. And then on it, it has the light purple on the back. It's actually gorgeous grape, I believe. Then we have Berry Burst on one side and that design. Kind of looks like a ghost if you had a head on it, right? That was the Berry Burst. Here is the think it's not fresh freesia. I don't know. I'll have to look at the papers for us. And then that side there. So if you turn it this way, it kind of looks like icicles hanging down. Then we have the light green, and we have this pattern. So this is, again, another really pretty pack of paper. And it comes, I believe, in a suite of products. But it coordinates with the Azure Afternoon, Balmy Blue, Basic Black, Berry Burst, Blackberry Bliss, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Lost Lagoon, Petunia Pop, Pool Party, and Very Vanilla. So we're going to use that in a card today. All right, so as I'm working, I will tell you what is basically everything is new product other than my Everyday Arches, which is one of my very favorite die sets. All right, so this is the one card that I made using a new stamp set and using some of that pretty Aurora paper, and you just hardly see it, but this is one design that I did. We're going to make another card today using that same idea, but in a different manner. So let's get this out, and I bet I didn't. Nope, I didn't. Silly me. There's my stamp that I need. And I did pull out my other smaller stamps. So here's our stamps we're going to use. And we're going to use Lost Lagoon to color the blanket around baby Jesus. And then I'm using Pecan Pie to color in their hair and the staff. That's all the coloring that I'm going to do. And I did kind of change this up a little bit as far as what we're going to do with it as far as colors, because I kind of wanted it to be lightened up a little bit. So we're going to do something a little bit different. So with that pack of paper, you also get a die set, which is Light and Wonder. So it's trees and mountains. You can put together scenes with this. I, however, just did not get a chance to play with this yet since I got home from the VFW convention. And y'all want to know why I'm doing my video so early today? I'll tell you. It also comes with this Light and Wonder stamp set. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it comes with this spool of balmy blue ribbon, which is kind of a sheer ribbon. I can get this opened here. I tell you, ladies, when you don't do something for a whole month, it's like you forgot how to do things. And that's what my problem was this morning. We couldn't get my camera set back up because it had been not used for a while. So it's really sheer baby blue, balmy blue is what it's called, ribbon. So I love that sheer ribbon. That's going to be very pretty on cards. All right, so let's get busy making this card. And like I said, I've kind of altered it a little bit. Instead of using the double arches, I'm just going to use a smaller one, which is like the 4th largest one, and I'm using balmy blue for it. We're still going to do some heat embossing, and then I'm putting it on a berry burst mat with a piece of that beautiful paper on it. So you can see how you'll be able to see some of that paper, and then we're going to decorate up there. So let's go ahead and get to our embossing first. Get my embossing supplies out here. Oh my goodness. So as I'm getting this stuff ready to go, the reason I'm doing my video early is 2 reasons. One, tonight I am getting a matching tattoo. I know, another tattoo on Sue that matches one that my son is getting, and he's designed it. So he gave it to me for Mother's Day, and tonight is the first night that we've had available that him and I could both make it. So that's why I'm doing it. But also, Dorothy and I have decided impromptu to head to Colorado tonight. We will drive about 4 hours into Kansas and then spend the night somewhere and finish driving the rest of the way tomorrow. Dorothy needs her son fixed. She hasn't seen her son in how many days?
235.
235 days since we've seen Noah. So we are driving out to see him for the weekend, and we'll be back home next Tuesday. All right, so I have my image, and I'm going to put my embossing buddy on my cardstock here. And we're going to do some heat embossing with our black embossing powder. And this just kind of makes it pop out for us. And I just thought that it looked better than just regular black ink. And I'm going to stamp this down here kind of close to the bottom. Now, some of his staff and some of her gown does get cut off, but I wanted the smaller arch because I wanted more of the paper to show. So, Charlene, have you picked out all your chosen favorites out of the mini catalog since you're a demonstrator? So let me explain, girls. If you want to see the upcoming product before anybody else, then you would need to become a demonstrator. And then you get to have a preview of all the new product that's up and coming before anybody else does. And it's still a great deal to join Stampin' Up. I don't know how many of you have looked at your emails, but we do have some changes coming. And like everything else, when you have change, some people like it, some people don't. I will just get used to the changes, and that's the way it goes. All right, now I've got them embossed. I want to go ahead and emboss my Oh Holy Night. So I'm going to go ahead and ink that up with my stamp and put that up. I'm going to turn it upside down, and I think I'll have better luck at placement. And put it up here at the top of my arch. Be careful not to touch the embossing powder that you've already put down. You can do this separately. I just wanted to go ahead and get it done with one swoosh of the heat gun. And I'll pour that back in later. I'm done with that. All right, now my heat gun. Okay, it's going to get loud for a little bit. I'll take and put it as far away from the microphone as I can get it. So if you're watching the replay, thank you very much for watching the replay. I'm just heating my embossing powder. And it's just magical how it goes from a powder to a raised embossing or embossed image. I love it. I love to watch embossing powder change colors. So leave me a comment. Nothing's jumping out at you. Well, maybe after you see a couple of the cards I've made today, using some of the online exclusive products that debut in September and the online catalog, maybe something will jump out at you. Don't you love autocorrect? I kind of wondered about that, but I thought, I don't know what she's trying to say. Just making sure that my embossing powder is all melted. So that looks pretty good. All right, we're going to let that set for a minute before I start messing with it. Nope, I see a spot I missed on my wad. There we go. Okay. We're going to leave that set for a second. I'm going to take my inside piece, which is going to be very vanilla, and I'm going to stamp For Unto Us a Child is Born, and I'm going to stamp that in, I think I'll stamp that in Versamark. We'll see how it looks. And we'll heat set it with the heat gun again. And I'm also going to stamp a little lamb that is from that set and emboss him in black as well. So I'm going to stamp my little lamb down here at the bottom. And then I'm going to stamp For Unto Us a Child is Born. I'm going to put that kind of towards the top because then I can write a little message to the person that I'm going to send this card to. Bring back in my embossing powder. I do have the Stampin' Up! Tray. I just didn't use it today. I've got that one dedicated to just, oh, I just made a mess. That's okay. I can clean it up with something. With something, I'll get a tissue here and we'll swoosh it off into the trash can. I'll have black embossing powder all over me, right? Okay, I am such a hot mess today, girls, because I did want to go live and then things weren't working and oh
Yeah,
my.
but we got that.
But we got it to work, so that's good. All right, let me heat set this real quick. Senior moment, you bet. I'm having lots of them lately. All right, Dorothy, would you go heat set this because this gun's quit working for a little while. I have a heat gun that is not, when it gets overheated, it doesn't work. So I'm going to have to buy me another one. But the words and the little sheet. So while she's doing that for me, I'm going to go ahead and not spill this and dump it back into my jar. Okay. There's that. Set that aside. We can clean that out with my handy dandy brush. All right. So now we're ready for this. We'll go ahead and do this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to color just the little bits that I wanted to on this. And I'm going to do a little block. We're going to start off with our pecan pie. And just put a little bit of ink on my block. I'm going to take a water painter and I'm going to put some water down because I don't want it real dark. And we're going to color in his, okay, I'm a mess, girls, because I haven't stamped for almost a month. I've been out of town and I'm going to watercolor his hair and his beard. Not sure what that is. I think that's hair. We're making it hair anyway. We're going to do his beard. We got one little area that's his ear where his beard goes up to. So Audrey started her sophomore year of high school. Oh my. Ladies, I tell you, raising a teenager these days is hard. She had a complete meltdown. And I'm talking ugly cry meltdown because her hair wouldn't go the way she wanted it for her pictures. So Nana to the rescue. We took her to the beauty shop.
Only after Mom burnt some of it off.
Yeah, Mom did a job on her hair and burnt some of the ends off. That was a real meltdown. So I called my girls at the salon and I said, can somebody please curl her hair this morning at 9 o'clock? We'll just have to be late for school, but that's okay. And they said, yes. So then she was happy. She had great pictures taken. And I think that's hair on the other side of her over here, because Mary had some long hair. It's her hair. We're going to count it as her hair. It could have been her little over her head scarf. All right. And I know they look kind of funny without eyes and a mouth, but you're blaming the heat. Yeah, the heat has been terrible, but the next few days is supposed to be a lot better. So it's going to be kind of, I won't say cold, but cool over in Colorado. All right, now I'm taking my Lost Lagoon to do the blanket for the baby. And I wouldn't have to, but I wanted to give it a little bit of color. And I thought Lost Lagoon kind of looked good for this. I did put a lot of ink down on my block. So this will be our focal image on the front of our card. You don't need a whole lot of water, and you could do this with colored pencils. Some of the changes that I've spoke about, we are Stampin' Up! Has been watching the trends, and they are having difficulty getting the red rubber raw materials to make the red rubber stamps. Hi, Anna. How are you? I'm so glad that you came in and joined us today. So the red rubber stamps will be going away. They'll be discontinued and phased out by next year's catalog. And we will only have the photopolymer stamps, which some people really swear by the red rubber. I like the photopolymer because I can see through them. Oops, I forgot something. We'll just do it this way. I forgot to color in his staff when I was doing the brown. So that's one change. Another change that they're doing, and I think a lot has to do with not having the red rubber stamps anymore. They are discontinuing the Stampin' Write markers because one of the techniques that everybody has used for years was coloring directly onto the red rubber stamps. And since we're not going to have those anymore, they are discontinuing the Stampin' Write markers because a lot of people have gone to the Stampin' Blends, and so their sales for the other markers has decreased. So they're trying to do what is not only best for the company, but also what's good for the demonstrators as far as selling. So just keep that in mind. If you want the Stampin' Write markers in the core colors or in the in colors for this year, go ahead and get those ordered because they're going to be while supplies last. They're not going to be ordering and having them in the warehouse. All right, so now we have our focal image done. We have our inside piece. Let's go ahead and put this together. And I'm just going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. This piece is cut at the normal mat size, 4 by 5 1/4, going on your regular card base that is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. So I am laying this down, and hopefully it will be as straight as Susie can do, because sometimes I'm having difficulty with doing things. And now I'm going to put this down. You could pop this up. However, with the cost of postage and sending Christmas cards, I'm not going to do a whole lot of popping of images. I'm going to place this. I'm going to kind of place it down towards the bottom so it's not really centered. And there is a method to my madness. I thought I was. I guess I didn't get it out.
What you need?
Nothing. I'm going to use these little stars here in this set and put it up here in the corner with Versamark so that it shows on that darker color. And I should have done that before I laid it down, but that's okay. I think I can do this. It's not not that difficult to stamp. And I am just going to put that up here. And with it being the Versamark, it will dry to where you can see it better. All right. I believe this set, you'll have to excuse me because my brain is not necessarily working. I don't recall everything that came with what sets, but these are new frosted iridescent dots, and they're semi-flat. And I am going to use a couple of these around our card. And I think I'm going to use, I used the white ones on my demo. I think I'll use the little light blue ones. And so I'm just going to scatter a couple of these on our card so that it kind of, and then that will lighten up once that dries. And now I'm going to go ahead and put in my center. So Dorothy and I are all packed and ready to load the car as soon as I'm done with my video. We have to take Daisy in for her weekly bath. So we'll do that. Her bath is at 2. We get done with her bath. We're going to head to Jefferson City and kill some time until it's time for my tattoo at 5:30. Eat some dinner and be on our way. So that's our first card. Okay, so yes, I do like this, A Child is Born, and there's so many different stamps that you can do with this. There is not a die set for this. So, but you could do that trick where you could trace around your stamp image and then die and then cut it out by hand. So that is one way that you could get the images cut out. I love these iridescent gems. All right, so that is that card. Done with this. Our second card, and again, that that paper comes with Light and Wonder stamp set here, and then the die set that has trees and some mountains, clouds, some water. So I can't wait to kind of play with the dies on this and create a scene using that beautiful paper. All right. So Anna, what do you think about the mini catalog? Have you gotten yours yet? All right. So now we're going to make another Christmas card. Oh my, now it starts to work. Yeah, okay. Shut off. Okay. That was just my heat gun that just miraculously started. We're going to make another Christmas card using a couple of different stamp sets that are new, that are in either the catalog or will be online. Oh my. I have got so many issues with my shoulders, girls. It's all I can do sometimes, just to put my hand into a bucket. All right, so the first thing is, here is a big stamp that says Merry Christmas. I don't have a large stamp that just says Merry Christmas that you could put on the front of a card and just showcase the designer series paper. So this one, I really do like this, and this is going to be from the holiday mini catalog. So what I'm doing, because we're changing things, and I needed to look at a stamp set and know whether it was from the holiday catalog, whether it's an online exclusive in the current catalog, or if it's just a regular online, if it's been discontinued, or if it's on the last chance. So I've kind of color-coded my things. Red means it's in the holiday catalog. Okay. So we're going to use that stamp. We are also going to use some of that pretty paper from the Delicate Pines. These are from the Sweet for the Delicate Pines, I believe, as well. And we are using from the Snowy Delights, we're using this, I thought we were. No, I'm using the snowflakes from this. But this is a big snowflake, and it also comes with dies, but it also comes with the Snowy Delight decorative masks. So if you're familiar with the masks, they are layers that you would ink using your blending brush or sponge or your finger water. So this set, all of these products came in while I was gone, so I haven't really played with them. So they have the 4 different masks that you will ink. And then this is your, then it matches up with your stamp. So I can't wait to start playing with these masks. I love light blues to make my snowflakes with. However, they have used some really darker colors, which isn't too bad. All right, put those aside. Here are the dies for the Snowy Delight. So we have big snowflakes and also a little label die. So you've got 3 big snowflakes, actually 4, because you can cut, there's 2 sizes. And then you have just an embossing one that kind of gives an embossed texture to it. So another fun set. And I love snowflakes. I love snowmen and snowflakes. I don't like snow, but I like snowflakes. Doesn't that sound silly? But I can see a lot of possibilities. And this is also in the September to December mini catalog. All right, Delicate Pines. For that stamp set, you have all of these dies. And these dies, some of these dies will fit with that paper that I showed you earlier. So this big one will die cut some of those snowflakes on the paper, as well as this one and this one here. And then I haven't played with the other dies, but I think I'm going to really like them. So hopefully, when I get home from this little mini trip, I will have some time to play with things, because I'm planning for my, yes, my all-day stamp class in October. And anybody can come to it, whether you're a demonstrator or not. So I am making this using Pretty Peacock as my card base. I am using Very Vanilla. And then this is the snowflake that I cut out. I told you earlier that I used one of the corner ones because I didn't want to waste it. But when you put this up there in the corner, it just looks like it's supposed to be there. So that's good. My Merry Christmas is too big to go across for this size card. So we're going to make it open up that way. And I am going to stamp Merry Christmas in the Lost Lagoon. No, I'm not. I need it because I forgot to grab it. Let me have Pretty Peacock.
Can you pick a different color?
Why?
Because I packed them.
Okay, let me have Old Olive. Did you pack that?
Different.
How about Shaded Spruce?
I could give you shaded.
Okay. We've packed some paper pumpkins to take out to Colorado to work up, and so we took some ink pads with us. So we'll just use Shaded Spruce. That'll work. I think since I'm using Shaded Spruce, would you please cut me a cardstock that's Shaded Spruce? Oh, what are you doing? Getting me the Pretty Peacock? He's getting me Pretty Peacock. Isn't that sweet? All right, I am going to stamp this great big stamp. And I don't have another example to show you because this was just designed this morning. Oh, okay. That's all right. Everything's good. Just clean it up a little bit. It'll be just fine. Get me my baby wipes that are dry that I use water. And we'll just clean this off. I love my glass mat because of that. So if you make a mess, you can just wipe it off. All right. Let's start all over again. We'll put that to the back side. Let's ink it up again and not drop it this time. Okay. Onward and upwards. We're going to stamp this kind of close to the right-hand side at the bottom. And the reason I'm doing that, ooh, very pretty. I love it, love it. I want to put this up in the corner, and I may have to. Nope, I won't have to. Isn't that lovely? That's going to go right up there in that corner. I am going to also take, no, we're going to use those. So this is ready to be laid down. It's a relatively simple card, but you can make it into a really wow card. I'm just going to use my glue to stick down this partially cut snowflake. So don't forget that you can always have your decorative paper kind of going off the side of your mats or your card, and it gives it a different effect. Get it laid down correctly here. So that is laying it down right up to the edges of my Very Vanilla. And it doesn't encompass covering up my M. I wasn't sure. So there's that. This is going to go on the front of our card like so. This one, there's not as much to it. It's a relatively simple card, so it would be a simple card to duplicate, even just by stamping your snowflake. And then you could always use your blends or colored pencils to color it in. There's our front. On the inside, I am going to put sending you joy and many delights. And this is from one of these new sets, the Snowy Delight set. Okay. So we're going to put that up there kind of in the middle. Make sure my paper is straight. Like I said, girls, I have not stamped in about a month. I mean, I did some paper pumpkins while I was in Ohio, but I only made 3 cards. Not very many. And I took and cut another snowflake out. It did, however, have a little teeth mark. So we're going to put that to the edge, and I'm just going to cut that part off and just have a partial snowflake. So this just kind of makes it with, there we go. Don't even have to cut it off. It's just going to be kind of hanging off the side there. And that's our little decoration for the inside. Can't even tell that that little bite mark was there. All right. Get this done. And then we're going to use some pretty gems to brighten up the front of our card. Oops, that really got way over. I got overzealous with my tape runner. And I used that same piece of cardstock. You never even know that I had a little oops. So there is a very simple, but we're going to dress this card up with some pretty gems. But here's the stamp set, the Delicate Pines. They have so many nice stamps and dies with this. All right, I think I'm going to go with the red. What do you all think? Which color do you think I should go with? The silver, the pretty peacock, or the cherry cobbler? So between Anna and Charlene,
I think cherry cobbler.
I'm thinking the cherry cobbler because it's going to brighten it up a little bit. So I think those are the ones we're going to use. And we're just going to kind of do, oops, a big one down here. If I can get it off of there. There's one, and then we're going to use another big one up here and put this one there. So isn't that pretty? It's a very simple card. It really looks pretty. And if you wanted to shoes it up some more, take your Wink of Stella pen and just Wink of Stella. I may be completely out. And just put a little bit of Wink of Stella on your designer paper. I think I'm about out of this one. I need to have another pen.
I packed mine.
Oops, that's okay. I got some here. I just had to squeeze it, and I wasn't going to squeeze it over my card. It just kind of dresses up that card a bit by putting that Wink of Stella on it. All right, so there we go, ladies. There is our 2 cards for the day. First cards I've made in a month, right? All right, get this cleaned up and we'll bring back the other cards. And then if you're watching live or if you're watching the recorded one, let me know which card you like best. Like I said, this was my prototype that I made. This is the one that we made today. So they're both very elegant looking, different with the same stamp. And then we have our simple, Charlene likes number 2 better because she's a snowflake fan. Yay. I knew there was a reason I liked you besides just liking you because I'm a snowflake. I'm a snowflake fan also. So those are the cards today. I am so glad that you have joined me. I don't think I showed you this new set. I can't, well, maybe this is an online exclusive. So Charlene, this Snowflake Kisses, it is a bundle that has more snowflakes in it. And this will be available in September. But it's got some snowflakes up here. It's got a greeting. So this has got quite a few snowflakes. I love this. And then here is the stamp set that goes with it. And as a demonstrator, Charlene, you can go out and look at what the new product is going to be for the online exclusives. So this has got some really nice verses. And then, of course, all the dies that go with it. So I can see lots of different possibilities in this set. And then these are more new gems. These are the Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink. And I can't remember if these are online or in the catalog because I haven't got them marked yet. But you have the little white ones, they're light. And then you have the Pretty in Pink, and the Strawberry Slush. So those will make really pretty gems to put on our Christmas cards also. All right, well, ladies, I do appreciate both of you coming in live today. I'm sure that some of the other people will watch it, the replay tonight, because I didn't give everybody a lot of notice that I was going live because I wasn't for sure if I was going to get to. But anyway, that's what I've got for you today. I will be back live, but it will be early again next Thursday because I have a very important meeting that I can't miss. So I will be at a meeting in the evening, but I will be back with another live Thursday morning, probably about 10:30. So I will see you all next week. Bye, everybody.